Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. I've got Mitt here if you keep seeing a weird little tail popping up on the screen. She loves it when I read tarot, so if she can sneak in the office when she can, she does. So this is part of the free content that I put out on a daily basis to help support, guide and inspire those who want to be supported, guided and inspired. Take what resonates as it is general, leave what doesn't. My whole aim is to help you harness the day, harness the energies within you, around you and within others, and just make sense of them in general. This is for the 26th of October 2020. I'm just going to grab these from underneath Mitt. Got the cards warm. So we've got the Hangman. So there's a need here, major arcana, there's a need here to see things from a different perspective. There really is huge opportunities now for a lot of people to wake up to the realities of, you see people slaving away here with chains around them, to the realities of what we know as reality is basically a reality that has been built up from people who hijacked us a long time ago and hijacked the existence that we can have here, where we have to work and toil and give away most of that work and toil, and actually feeling like we're doing a justice to our country in doing so. But with this high priestess, the occult is coming out of how much magic is integrated behind the scenes in the powers that be to help control, manipulate and hold down the masses, and give us a perspective of you're a good citizen if you, for instance, in the UK, pay your TV license to what? A company now, the BBC, that we know is one of the most corrupt British television broadcasters, if not in the country, in the world, having huge ties to a lot of underground things, this occult world, this hidden world. And so a lot of our taxes, if they were going to people in the community, with managers that know how to manage funds, we would actually see that there is abundance for all, and there would be a lot of needless homeless things eliminated, people going hungry. So we really do need to, with this Hangman, have the wisdom to look at it from a different perspective, to lift our veil from our eyes, to see exactly what has been going on and open our eyes up to the possibilities and truths of how much more magical this reality is, this physical reality, how much more integrated it is with spirit when we aren't veiled like this. So to really open up your perspective, really open up the way you think, because you know it's coming out. And so the more you do the research now, the more you prepare yourself for that, less of a shock you will get. Of course, there are always going to be people that don't have the eyes to see and don't have the ears to hear. A lot of this wisdom comes that, you know, this is a lot of just inner wisdom, inner standing right now, because trying to share it will isolate you more, or will have people attack you needlessly, lower your energy needlessly, because they're never going to see what you can see, the hidden, the occult, the how what could be made for such good has been manipulated to be used for bad. The hidden knowledge that was taken from us so long ago and hidden away. Now there's wisdom in that, because some people can't handle it. And the very people who can't handle it are the very people that have hidden it away, because now they use it and harness it for bad intent, for nasty intent. The next cards are, can I have these, Mitt, please? The one under your tummy. Okay, just a little bit. Yep, thank you. So we've got the Four of Pentacles. So this speaks of taking it back to the family, taking it back to the home, to not building foundations for yourself and your family members, rather than you building for people that are so dark. building your own foundations, building your own sovereignty. The message here is also to not cling on to past things that really don't work for you, to not cling on to history lessons that are completely false, to not cling on and hold on so much so that you isolate yourself from people who are aware and who are awake to what has been going on, but also that you don't aid the powers that be. And so to be more in flow, to, like these ladies here, you know, to toil for things that are actually going to serve you and yours immediately, that are going to serve your family, yourself immediately, to build those firm foundations and those provisions that you need to be sustainable. The clarifying card is the Queen of Cups. And so to bring in more of your intuition, to connect that with this first High Priestess card, to be able to have the wisdom to really start flexing that intuitive muscle again, to get it working again, to open up that third eye again, you know, to open up that trap door so that you can visualize and see how things really can be and how things really should be and how things really are. So that you don't hold on too much to the 4 pentacles that you have. You put it in, you keep it in flow. You see these ladies are making things, so they have some kind of provision, different materials. They're not holding on to those materials for a rainy day. They're making something out of them. They're keeping the currency in flow. And again, with this intuitive Queen of Cups, she is always in flow in her upright position. She is always continuously flowing and guided by her intuition more than anything else. But it's about bringing the compassion home, a bit like yesterday's message, to keep it in the family, so to speak, for now. Can I have this, mate? She's just not. Can I, please? I just need these last 2 cards, mate. I don't. we're not gonna move. Okay, we're not gonna move. Okay, mate, can I have? She's got such dense fur. I've taken my bandages off my fingers and I'm trying not to get the fur in the wound. It doesn't help that you're rubbing up against me, mate. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, sorry, number 2. So again, we have the High Priestess clarifying in one card on the first 2 cards, and then we have the High Priestess coming in again. This really is a time where we need to be aware and connected into the kind of bombshells that are going to be coming out right now. The real occult world that has been hidden but controlling and living around us the whole time. Now, this isn't to say the High Priestess and her occult knowledge, her hidden knowledge, is a bad thing. It's not. It's beautiful. It's part of us. But it depends with the intent it is used. And so the intent that it has been used with has been dark and malevolent and extremely cruel. This High Priestess is all for creativity, all for life. You can see the children here. I keep hearing, and I don't know, I think it's a biblical term, but my granny, I'm being shown the plaque that she had on her wall. And it was, suffer little children to come unto me. And I never quite understood that plaque. Why would you want, because there was the Jesus figure on this plaque, why would you want children to suffer in order to come unto you? But you know, there's something in that, and there's a reason I'm being shown that right now, in that there has been an immense amount of suffering, particularly on our children, generation after generation, because we haven't fought to get this, our knowledge, this hidden knowledge back and to be used and to be taught in the schools as it used to be. And this has created the reality that we are in now. And it is through the complacency of all of us, generation after generation, of allowing these people to continue. And we have the upside down vision of, again, the hangman. I can't get it from under me, but you know, the hangman at the start of the reading of having wisdom enough to see the true reality, to see the true magnificence of our intent, of our inner magic, of our intuition. Where we have been fooled into so many people calling people like me, or the tinfoil hats, or the conspiracy theorists, or the woo-woo witches. And it's crazy that the hangman being upside down would show you that actually it is far more the reality than you think. And I'm not talking to my listeners per se in that, because I know a lot of you are aware and awake, but to be prepared to have people around you that no, don't do that, please, that are going to be very triggered by this knowledge that is coming out, because they've been so indoctrinated, so Hollywooded, to think that things like that only happen in movies. Humans only have superpowers like that in movies. It's going to be a bit crazy today. You might find a lot of people around you like that. And again, the hangman, the wisdom is to hang in there. Take the perspectives and the teachings for yourself right now, because it is not of wisdom to share what you know with people who aren't prepared for it. That is why we're in this mess right now, because the knowledge, again, was hidden and kept for beings that weren't able to control their own egos. They weren't able to control their own wants and lusts. And so they have used what is ours to use for bad intent, for a negative intent. And so just be aware of this, that, you know, again, it is another day where something big is going to come out. And you might feel like you're going a bit crazy in that you're looking around and not as many people are talking about it as they should be, or not as many people are even shocked as they should be. Remember with this, the pre-programming that goes on in a lot of people, in that when they get, because the movie scenes actually depict a lot of what is going on behind the scenes, it means that when things do get leaked out or spoken out about, a lot of people who aren't prepared to be in the role of the high priestess will associate it as a movie. And so that's how pre-programming can work also. And so they don't see the seriousness in it, or they just don't understand the gravity of what is being shared or what we're being alerted to. So it's a funny position to be in, to watch and watch over. So yeah, be aware of that today. Now we've got the Six of Swords to clarify the High Priestess here, but it's in reverse. And so this speaks of there is the opportunity for immense growth, for immense awareness, and a sailing over to calmer waters. But that is not going to happen with the kind of knowledge that is being shared, the kind of magic that is being put out today. It is maybe going to cause a lot of people to be very triggered, a lot of people to be very argumentative with you, a lot of people asking for proof, you know, when there is plenty of proof for them to go and research on in their own right. It is not your job to teach them, because you cannot bring somebody into growth, which is what the Six of Swords is, unless, or take them to calmer waters, again, which is what the Six of Swords is, unless they're ready for themselves, unless they've done enough of their own inner work to be able to get there, to be able to even be a companion with you to get there, to those calmer waters, to that growth that is there today. Now, that being said, it is an opportunity for you to grow if it resonates with you, that you are like the High Priestess, that you are very aware and very alert to the true capacity of the hidden knowledge. Then it is a place of growth for you to be able to be the hangman, to be in that calm position, to be in that observing position, rather than being triggered into trying to push people into growth, which I can attest to does never ever work. That was part of my training a few years ago, to know that you cannot do the work for someone else. You cannot initiate the work for someone else. You can help them, you can guide them through, you can be with them, but actually there sometimes is a place and time where the wisdom is to step away and give some space to be the hangman, because you cannot force this. It has to come from within, as does everything else. Now we have on the bottom of the deck, we have Le Pope. So this speaks of, again, knowledge coming down in the physical to the people who are ready to know it, hear it, understand it. So you can see that this Pope is sharing knowledge with a select few. This Pope brings down the esoteric, and mesoteric, the three tiers, and teaches how they can be used in the physical reality, in the physical experience. And so it shows us that we are going to have a lot of knowledge coming through today, and actually it's physical knowledge, it's disclosure, physical disclosures, it is things that are tangible in the physical. Now this again will feel like we are catapulted into this separation even more so than we have been up to now, in that we will see very clearly that it's as if let's see, how do I want to say this? It is as if you are living in two worlds, already living in two different realities, two different timelines, because you realize that even with this, what we would see or deem as absolute evidence, finally we have the evidence coming out in the physical that will convince these people about what's been going on, about the malevolency of the people, of the powers that be in control. You're such a cat, mate. You just please yourself. Do your own thing. You do you, boo. So she, sorry, not she, that's talking about mate. So, but looking at that, it feels like you're going a bit crazy, because you realize that you have, you can see many people that it's as if they're just blind to these insights, to these things coming out in the physical, to these evidences. It's as if they don't exist to certain people, and they'll just continue to muzzle their faces, and they will continue to do as they're told, to not see their loved ones, you know, to not visit their grandparents. They will continue to do so, and it is a bit maddening. Let's be real. You know, it's hard sometimes to be the hangman. It's hard sometimes to have that wisdom and to be able to hold back, because this is actually what is wanted. It's gaslighting. It's gaslighting the people that are very asleep into a deeper sleep, and even into a protective mode of the powers that be. They will even attack you for you showing them, for you giving them the insights, as the Pope does. So again, the wisdom is coming through very, very strongly today, is to know who you can share your information with and release it to them, and step back from those that you intuitively know, like this Queen of Cups that's showing up in here, that you intuitively know they're just not going to get it. Even the closest loved ones that you're desperate to make more aware, you're going to have to step back if you want this day to be harnessed for the best of the abilities it can be harnessed for, which is difficult to know, I know. And so on the bottom of the other deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, keeps coming up, but it is in reverse. And so this is where we are very much being gaslighted today in the physical, the pentacle world, the physical reality, in that as far as the truthful things coming out with this Pope and this double High Priestess. Again, the two High Priestesses making a 4, the Pope being a 5, and then I look at the 4 of Pentacles in the middle. These completely different worlds, different realities, different foundations of knowing that we are going to see. The Knight of Pentacles actually, while these truths are coming out from these three, we're going to see that we have other things coming out that are complete and utter lies, complete and utter bullshit, to try and trigger us to go down the wrong path, to try and devalue the truthers that know the truth and speak the truth, because they deliberately try and sway us down the wrong path. So they mix the truth and the lie today in a huge way. So be aware of that and don't allow yourself to be snared, which is again where we come back to the wisdom that is coming through this reading so strong of be still, like the hangman. Be still, be enlightened, be knowing, be watchful and observant. It's not too much of a day for trying to convert or shout out the truths. It is more for you to inner stand and start to create your reality in your home, in your inner circle, as it should be. And then extending that out, throughout the community. But today it is about, again, the message of yesterday, bring it in, keep it in. So it is a huge day, and I hope I've conveyed that accurately for you enough. As far as my meditation, I've got hairs everywhere. As far as my meditation yesterday, it felt like there was chaos. There was lots of chattery noises, men in suits, a few women in what I would call skirt suits, very formal. But there was a lot of chatter, a lot of panic, almost a bit of excitement. And then on the other side, there was a lot of men in what I would say are black robes. They weren't magicians, but they knew the knowledge, and they were actually, they had a very angry stance about them. They had a very malevolent feeling about them, and they were deploying plans of action to sway the public, to put out this false narrative or false narratives, to devalue the truths that are coming out, to devalue any good works that could be done to flip this script and get these people out of power, stop telling us what to do. As far as Boris Johnson is concerned, I zoomed into him. I zoomed into the way he was feeling, his character. This man is being controlled like a puppet on a string. And it's not that he likes it. It is that it's gotten too deep, but is known that this was his role, is known that this is what he was going to be. And so this man is not to be trusted in that he has none of his own divinity, none of his own sovereignty. He is being puppeted like a puppet on a string. So there are a lot of moving parts. Within these three aspects that I zoomed into, Boris, these black cloaked people, and the suited and booted people. As far as it goes, they are the moving parts, and they're fighting against each other. It is that chess game. And so there are a lot of, but within that, there were faces. Apart from the black cloaked crowd, there were faces that were very definitely watchful, and to me looked like they were just taking notes. They weren't part of what was going on. They were going to be passing on information. And so that speaks to me. The imprint that I got was that it was a lot of infiltrators, which we know about, that you don't need psychic knowledge to know that, but, a psychic ability to know that. I'm just letting you know It's something a bit different. I'm trying to be more expansive about what I'm saying. It's just something to be aware of, that it's something I saw very, very quickly while zooming into these people. And it was a very ominous meditation. It was a very ominous zooming in on them. So just to be aware of that. And it might be that things that I've said, you guys know what that means, or who that might be, or what storyline might fit with that. Of course, leave it in the comments if you do, because it's always great to compile knowledge together, because not one of us can know everything. Sorry. But together we can know a lot more if we share that knowledge, of course, according to this reading, with people who are ready to share it and discuss it in a wisdom-filled manner, like the Hangman. So I hope that helps. I hope that was interesting. It is for the 26th of October 2020. Please leave your comments. I love to read them. Remember, I'm putting videos up on Bitchute also. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, like I mentioned before. If you'd like a personal reading, or if you would like any spiritual guidance sessions with me, or any energy work sessions with me, you can hook up with me at truedivinemedia@gmail.com. Or you can give me a private message on Facebook, my business page, True Divine 44. Much love, stay balanced and stay whole. Mwah.